right, guys, welcome back. This is the GSL Team League. I am Doa. With me is FXO Wolf. We've seen a pretty cool, we've only seen 2 games so far, but it's been awesome.
Yeah, they were really good games. Really interesting how the games turned out.
Yeah. Oh, but look at this, though. Slayer's Boxer versus Hongen Prime. Should be a pretty good match. I wonder if Hongen is intimidated. I don't think there's a whole lot of intimidation in StarCraft 2 players, really, as far as Boxer goes. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I'm thinking, I don't know, that's what I was actually going to talk about before this, is that Boxer's not that intimidating as a player. I mean, he's not like one of the best players in the world or anything like that. But it's for most Korean people growing up loving StarCraft 1, when they see this guy in the booth across from them, they say, oh my god, when I was 8 years old, I looked at this guy and said, this is my dream, I want to be like him. And now they're playing against him, he's like right across the way, and it's a little touching, it's a little weird.
It's a cool feeling, I'm sure. And the other thing, I'd say the biggest strength that Boxer has in StarCraft 2 is his ability to just come out with these completely weird, crazy builds that no one has ever seen before, especially in TVT. Again, go back and watch his match against TSL Ultimate. But let's check out his match against Hongen Prime right now. This is the GSTL. All right, down at the bottom of Zelnaga Caverns in the blue is the man they call the Emperor.
Slayer's Boxer.
Slayer's Boxer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys are getting the audio intros or not. We can't hear them.
We can't hear them, no. But the crowd, they don't need to hear it. They're going to cheer for this guy anyway. And here's his opponent from the Team Prime. Really good Protoss player. I enjoy watching this guy. He is.
Hongen Prime Wii.
Hongen Prime Wii, that's right. Hongen Prime.Wii.
For those of you guys who don't know, Wii is World Elite's Chinese team.
I actually didn't know that. Oh, wow.
Slayers versus Prime, I like that.
That's awesome.
It's a Boxer versus, like, Optimus, obviously. It's
Optimus
really
can just,
cute.
like, step on him, actually.
The girl who made that sign actually comes to the studio quite a bit, which is really nice.
Cool.
Makes a lot of cool signs. Just wanted to give her credit. I don't know, like, what her ID is or, like, her name to, like, give her a shout-out on the stream, but she's pretty cool.
Cool shout-out.
Yeah.
That was a really good Optimus Prime drawing, actually.
It was really good.
Dude, all right, so I have a degree in studio art. I draw a lot. Like, pencil drawing is my thing. Transformers are so hard to draw. Any sort of big robots are. All the way from Boston. That's awesome, man. That's a long way.
Yeah, that is pretty far.
Thought I came a long way.
I came from Atlanta, but Boston, it's a good place.
Yeah. That's like all the way on the other side of the states.
All the way, man.
Mortal Kombat!
No,
Nope,
they didn't want to commit to that.
I was a little bit premature, I guess.
They were like fighting, and then like their mother was like, "Hey guys, it's time for dinner," and they like paused the game, and then they like didn't resume it later. They just quit.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Or don't you hate it when you're playing against your brother and sister and you pause it to go eat or something, and then your other brother and sister comes and turns off the console?
Oh man, you gotta save when that happens.
Yeah.
Or you tell your mother, "I'm sorry, I just have to save."
But if it's multiplayer in Star Fox 64, you can't. You just have to say that you were going to win.
Oh yeah, Star Fox. If you're playing Star Fox 64, I thought you just meant Nintendo 64, like just games in general. No, Star Fox 64, you can't save.
Yeah.
And I don't let anyone touch my N64. I put lock it in the safe when I have to go eat dinner, man.
You go to all the way to the bank every time. Put it.
This is like so risky. This is like the riskiest thing I've ever seen. Boxer going 1 barracks expand at the low ground on this map of all maps.
Yep.
Playing against Hongen, who just killed a Marauder expand with the 4-gate.
But
that is a risky business, man.
He does this kind of stuff all the time. Every time I see Slayer's Boxer play, I'm always like cringing in the first 5 minutes of the game because he always does really, really risky things. And, you know, we've seen it pay off, and when it does, it's cool, but we've also seen it backfire on him quite a bit, too.
Adding 2 barracks back at home. He already made a bunker preemptively without scouting anything.
I think that's a good idea. If you're going to do something like that, yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, it'd be
or else you'll lose to the first Zealot Stalker poke league. They will just kill you.
Yeah, really. Looks like a really fast Nexus from Hongen coming up, too. Is Hongen going to grace us with his macro this game, Wolf?
I think he just might.
Yeah.
But don't count him out yet. He might do a 6-gate, okay?
Might Nexus cancel in PVT.
I don't think that'll happen, but he could.
Yep. Well, there's the Nexus.
And the SCV is going to see it. Unfortunately, the Stalker not positioned. Going to see that in time.
Yeah, that's actually really big that Boxer was able to see the Nexus. That
was
kind of...
Really, like, in general, that was kind of odd. He saw the SCV on the watchtower. He didn't go and stop it.
I know. I'm surprised that SCV went through there.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake by Hongen.
Yeah.
Now his opponent knows all the cards. He's probably going to add a bunch of gases, start taking up. He already has. Yeah, he already added 2 gases anyways.
Say cards, and you make me think of Sella dragging Slayers of Yu-Gi-Oh! In front of the camera at the qualifiers on Monday.
Yeah, I wanted to watch Slayers Yu-Gi-Oh! Play against John, but neither of them had their decks, man. Actually, Slayers Yu-Gi-Oh! doesn't actually play, according to his interview.
That's right, yeah. We asked him if he actually played the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, and he said no, he just likes the cartoon. I was always kind of weirded out by that cartoon, how the kid suddenly got like a deep voice, but he kind of looked the same.
I don't know, he was possessed by Egyptian gods or something.
That's true, that's what it was, wasn't it?
I don't really remember the show all that much, I just remember the characters' names.
Well, that was one of the shows. All right. Ooh, really fast +1 from Boxer. That's really cool, actually. I'm curious if he's going to put another add-on down and go for like a really fast stim and combat shields. I think he's probably just going to do like a quick push dealing with +1. Because, yeah, he's not going to have stim in time if he finishes it, or if he starts it right after slow.
There was this really scary build that people were doing for a time with this type of add-on where they made just Marines and 1 Marauder, and they got fast combat shields and +1 and combat shields finished around the same time, and they attacked against this type of Nexus play from Hongen after a 1 direction span. This could be what he's doing. Now, as you can see, Hongen is adding now up to 4 gates here. So he's at 5 gateways right now. Oh, I take it back. He's up to 6.
6 gates.
I told you, man, he might just 6 gate, and 6 gate is one of the best builds to do in this situation.
Yeah, and Boxer actually doesn't look like he's going to be as aggressive as we thought he might be with that. He's got some time before +1 finishes.
Yeah, he's not doing the same build we thought. He's adding a factory here, and he's not going to be doing the build.
Yep.
But this 6 gate is going to be pretty hard to stop. He does have 2 bunkers, but not 3. And in this position, it's very easy to force seal behind the bunkers to stop those units from repairing. He's going to have +1. Now, the scary thing, though, is that Hongen 6 gate is going to hit before stim. Yeah. And that's going to be really difficult to hold.
Yeah, it's near impossible to hold, I would say.
Oh, but Boxer is going to spot the pylon.
There it is.
Sees it. Now he knows what's going on. He's going to want to pull his units up there to attack it.
Yep.
Or will he? Actually, it'd be better for him to stay home because there's so many sentries. He doesn't really know how many sentries his opponent has.
He knows if the pylon's going up, that means the attack is coming very soon.
Exactly. He doesn't want to, he thought about moving the units maybe, but he's like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And the SCV checking for more pylons. He wants to know where all the pylons are.
6 gate is easily my least favorite thing to play against in PvP right now.
And stim is getting closer to being done, but Hongen's going to go now. Guardian Shield's up, going to force seal behind the bunkers, trapping the SCVs from repairing, and actually trapping a lot of the Marines from firing as well.
Beautiful
really
force
good force fields.
Yeah, fantastic force fields from Hongen right there.
Zealots in the perfect position to target down SCVs as well. More Marines trying to do the damage, but again, good force fields. The Marines not even able to fire. That forward pylon's going to finish at a great time. Hongen's actually able to warp his reinforcements in right here.
Yep. Boxer saved a lot of his units. He didn't lose a whole lot, but really this first poke is just to kill the bunkers, then you warp in another round, and then you go for the kill. And here he goes, moving in, focusing on the supply depot a little bit, but all the SCVs getting ripped apart by the Zealots. Hongen is losing his Zealots, and Boxer still has a decent amount, but even if Boxer manages to somehow hold this off, he's going to lose so many SCVs in this.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to hold it off.
Wasn't done in time for the first attack. No. And that's just it. Good force shields by Hongen, and that's going to be it. Boxer's being taken out here. Hongen taking out 2 Terrans in a row with nice timing attacks. Maybe next game we'll see an 8 gate.
Maybe.
Going up by 2s.
That's right. We're slowly building the amount of gateways in these games, and there's the Manor Nexus.
Takes the natural of his opponent.
Yep. And yeah, so Boxer sending everything.
He doesn't have medevacs yet. He had the reactor, but if he makes those medevacs, it's like so expensive. He was able to keep the command center alive as well. Man,
I hate losing to this build. It's just like, you feel like you haven't even gotten started playing. You're like, oh, I guess he just walked up and killed me.
Well, you just got to play a little bit safer. Starport being lifted so that he can get his units around.
Yep.
And all the SCVs dying here for Boxer. 82 supply to 15.
GG any second now.
Hongen doing a great job with this timing attack.
And Nexus cancel, another Nexus.
GG.
Yep. So Prime going up 2-1 against Slayers here. Is Slayers going to kind of lose any chance of getting to the playoffs in the Team League? Starting to look like they might, Wolf.
They might, man. Yeah. 2-1, this is the difficult time. You've only got 2 players left. You have to take into account all the players that your opponent could potentially send out.
Yeah, and Prime's really not messing around. Marine King first, then Hongen. got a feeling if Hongen gets taken out, they'll probably send out, I don't know, probably a Zerg at that point, depending on who's there, but maybe Bolt. What do you think?
I'm trying to decide who Slayer's going to send out.
Well,
I think
who's their best? I really feel that Ryung is their best TVP'er.
That's possibly true. I actually would agree with you. I think sending out Min would be a good idea.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Min is really good at ZVP.
Yeah.
So I think sending out Min is pretty good. Min's a solid player all around as well.
Yeah.
So I think sending him out would be a pretty good choice.
Well, in the team leagues, we've seen, if I'm remembering correctly, we've seen Min have the most success against Protoss players.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think Min's a good choice. Either Min or Ryung. I'm going to put my money on both of those guys.
I think they might be saving Ryung for the end. It's either going to be Ryung or MMA most likely at the end. And it depends on the matchup because MMA TVP is not as good as Ryung's. So depending on the situation, they might want to use Ryung instead for the final guy.
MMA, you're right. Because, I mean, MMA, Sella did talk about the jet lag a little bit. I came to Korea 1 day earlier than these guys, and I'm still feeling it a little bit. I'm pretty much over it, but I still am feeling a little bit tired. You know, you're still kind of adjusting to the time zones again. So I'm sure these guys are still feeling it a little bit too. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did just kind of let MMA rest this time. And so probably Min and then Ryung, but probably one of those two for this next game.
I think those there's going to be 2 of those 3 players selected almost without a doubt. And let's find out who it's going to be.
Could be Frozen too.
It could be Frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, Ganji.
Unless they're messing with us. They always do
pick
that.
Someone up. They like to do that.
He just wants a little love from the crowd.
High five, and oh no, he actually is going to go. Slayer's Ganji.
That's right. I think he actually just got a high five from Slayer's Jessica. That's who he high 10.
Yeah, that's who it was. You guys maybe didn't quite see. Yep. It's definitely Slayer's Jessica, though.
I saw her hat. I turned around and made sure. So Slayer's Ganji just back from MLG, so he's not feeling the jet lag. Or if he is, he's not letting it slow him down at all.
He's not going to let it show.
Yeah. 2 losses so far in the team league this season, though. He is in Code A, though, so he's good. He's also using that Marauder keyboard that I was talking about earlier. A lot of Slayers players like that keyboard.
That's funny. I just, like you were saying, the type of keys,
they're really small.
They feel odd at first, but the longer you use it, the more comfortable it feels.
Yeah, I actually didn't bring my keyboard from home because it's actually like actually like a 12-year-old membrane keyboard from Finland. And it's got a PS2 adapter. My laptop doesn't have PS2, and I don't have like the right adapter for it. So I just left it at home.
I think I have an adapter at the house for you, man.
Thanks for telling me now, Wolf. Would have been using my keyboard, but it's okay because I'm liking the Marauder. I might switch anyway.
Fighting there. That guy obviously showing some knowledge of Korean despite being a foreigner.
Yep.
Pretty impressive.
A lot of English teachers come to the GSL that are here in Korea teaching English. So I'm kind of curious to see. Actually, I'm going to retract that. I'm not just kind of curious, Wolf. I'm extremely curious to see what Hongen has in store for this game. He's got 2 wins under his belt already.
Well, I actually think we're going to see a Void Ray all-in.
Yeah.
Because Metalopolis is going to be the next map. Void Ray all-in's very rampant on this map.
Yep. Well, especially if Ganji does something like wall-in.
Ganji, really, I think, is a surprising choice. I just didn't expect him to be chosen today. Maybe I expected him to be chosen like as a second player. Didn't expect him to be coming out in this situation.
I kind of get the impression, just from talking to some of these guys and seeing their decisions and kind of seeing Ganji play, that they really feel like he's going to be like the next good big player on Slayer, so they want to give him some more experience. They've got a lot of faith in this guy.
Ganji's really nice, by the way.
And he's also really good. He can, I would not be surprised at all if he did beat Hongen.
Ganji was the first Slayers player I actually talked to in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was really nice to me.
Yeah, he's cool. All those guys are really nice.
Yeah.
All the players, nearly all the players here in Korea are very nice.
It was funny because it was like my second day here, and I came up to talk to him, and I don't know, I didn't really know like how good his English was, and someone says, oh, his English is pretty good. I didn't really know exactly what that meant, so I started talking to him, and he looked at me, and he was just like, he looked at me, after I asked him a bunch of questions, he just said, slowly, please.
Yep. There's like, people will tell you different things. Like, oh, his English is great. And then he's like, not really. Maybe not. And like some Koreans, if you're talking to them, they'll really try to act like they're understanding, and they'll just go, okay. I've noticed a couple. July Zerg does that all the time.
And I do that
Young
in
does
Korean,
that a
man,
lot.
when people are telling me stuff.
I'm just like, nay.
I don't know.
Yep.
Our Korean's improving pretty quickly,
especially
from being here.
I'm having a lot of fun, man. I love languages, so it's a lot of fun to learn all the Korean I can. Chisato taught me how to say good morning this morning, and I already forgot it. I feel bad.
I don't feel bad,
But
man.
I was going to try to say it, but I totally don't remember.
I actually don't know how to say good morning either.
I think it's
something I've never had to say before. I'm not a nice person. I don't like say good morning to people ever, even in English. Like,
you don't have to put on that tough guy persona, Wolf. You're a nice guy.
what does good morning even mean? Like, I don't know.
It means I hope you have a good morning. I would say good morning to you, Wolf.
When people say Merry Christmas to me, I say, what's so merry about it?
The title. Yes. So it definitely doesn't feel like Christmas here though right now.
No, it does not.
It's
pretty
extremely humid. Yeah.
Well, for me, living in the South, this is actually much cooler than usual for this time of year, so I'm actually very pleased with this.
Really?
And I'm actually really looking forward to the cold winter. That's what I am so excited about, man.
Yeah, you Southerners always say that until it comes, and then you're like, I'm so cold.
Oh, just wait, man. You're going to be here. You're going to know what it's like when I'm here in the winter.
When you and I are snowmobiling to the GOM studio, you're going to be like, slow down, Doe, it's too cold.
I know, we actually have to take a different vehicle to the GOM studio depending on what type of season. When I got here in May, I could walk. That was fine. But then about middle of June, I had to start canoeing because of the rain. And
yep. I have the GOM raft.
Stop that there.
I'm back at
crisis
the
averted,
GSL.
man.
I'm home. It didn't really feel like I was back at the GSL until I had the wall almost knocked over on me.
Anyway, we go from walking.
I'm back.
Then we got canoes.
Yeah.
Then after that, we take the snowmobile.
Yep.
In spring, though.
Hang glider.
In spring, I think we could probably just walk. That'll be fine.
I'm taking the hang glider.
Taking the hang glider?
The GOM glider.
GOM glider.
I'm climbing up to the top of the apartment building that the GOM house is, and I'm going to hang glide down to the
We're actually
studio.
going to install like a pole for him. He's going to slide down the pole, like right down there.
It's going to be great. Then I'm going to sign a flag, and I'm going to give it to a fan. That's the plan. So here we go. Slayers Ganji versus Hong and Prime.we. And they're going to play on Metalopolis. And Metalopolis deemed not quite good enough for the ladder recently. Too strong for Zerg. Thanks, Zergs.
Well,
I still like it.
I miss it and being a ladder, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
I really like Antigua Shipyard, though.
Yeah, dude, out of the new maps, that is easily my favorite. Especially in TVZ. Just like Siege up in the middle ground there. And it's just like, hey,
it's good.
As long as you're not in cross positions.
Well, let's find out what strategy Ganji's got planned. He was the one who did select the map, Metalopolis. Can Hongan hit him with another timing attack, or will he say, as you said, grace us with a macro game?
That's right.
Let's find out. So we're going to have our little intro right then.
Go. All right. Oh, there we go.
Let's find out here at the GSTL. I am Wolf, and with me is Doa.
That's right.
Ganji. Hongan. Two players fighting for a cause here at the GSTL.
That's right.